Well, hello Virgo, welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. This is going to serve for all sun, moon, and rising Virgos from the 1st of May through the 15th. And then we will come back and do the 15th through the 30th in a couple of weeks. So hopefully you saw the all signs reading. That is important only because of the amount of changes that were taking place here in this month of May. Even though we don't have as many transits, they are very important transits, and they kind of go along with some of the other different things that we have been realizing. So of course, just a quick rundown here in May. Today, the 1st would be the energy of Pluto going into retrograde, which is spinning backwards some of the salty or pointy energy that we can receive with Pluto. Pluto is all about death and destruction, but it will lighten up just a little bit with this Pluto retrograde. Of course, we all know that it is also Beltane, and so in some senses, Beltane is really about trying to call in energy. So I kind of like the juxtaposition there of the break that we get just a little bit. And then of course what we have coming up here is the 5 of the 5. So on the portal day, we are experiencing the lunar eclipse full moon in the sign of Scorpio. It's also Cinco de Mayo. So there's going to be a lot of celebratory energy that's going to be taking place the first week. The second week, of course, in May, we have sort of a general population of where some energy tries to slow itself down just a little bit, because we actually go into retrograde, the reverse of Mercury retrograde, starting on, or I should say Mercury going direct, excuse me, starting on the 14th. Okay, so that gets us through the first couple of energy pieces that we're going to be talking about here. We are going to go ahead and read the details here at the end, but the main energy that we've got going on here for our Virgo friends for the first couple of weeks is to continue to stay grounded and anchored as best as you possibly can with all of these shifts in energy. Of course, we're still in Mercury retrograde, and so that is going to potentially cause some additional concerns or issues for some, not for everyone, but to be safe and fair, that's kind of how we're starting some things. So we are going back to the 9 card. This is how I started doing my readings 1,000,001 years ago. It's fun to do because this just takes into consideration all the energies, not necessarily all the specifics of the astrology per se. Of course, I'll call out the meaningful areas as are necessary. So the central card here represents you, Virgo, literally stepping into yourself and being solid. The Queen of Pentacles energy, of course, is associated with sorry, lost my train of thought there. With all earth signs, of course. But the Queen of Pentacles is also associated with Capricorn. But because it's an earth sign and this is your reading and this is the central energy, the central theme and the central energy is having what you need. The Queen of Pentacles is very capable of taking care of herself or himself. Doesn't really matter the gender. In the situation, it does look as though we have some sort of a change that's going to be taking place, a decision that's going to be taking place. You're already in the energy of contemplating what that's going to be here with the 2 of Wands in the sideways position. If you've been with me, you know that this is an agreement with Spirit and myself to discuss the fact that this is already in play. And then one of the central energies that is going to be taking place for you is with this 10 of Cups that's in the reverse position. So let me just bring that back down so it's in center here. I've got more space this way. The 10 of Cups energy, of course, is water energy. It is extremely associated with actual Pisces energy. So it is very potential that there's some Piscean energy that you also have in your chart, but the 10 of Cups in its own general space has everything to do with how we are dealing with usually relationships, okay? And if it is not a relationship where you are in a a domestic type of a situation. Those relationships could be anyone within the family or anyone else that is really truly connected with you. Now, to offer some additional info, I will do a specific romantic reading, and of course I will do a 10th house. So we're going to do 7th house and 10th house clarification for finance and for romance, just to give you a little bit more energy. But this so far is actually looking good. Let's go ahead and get some additional detail here. Let's go and see what we have to the left and to the right of the Queen of Pentacles. Well, what do we got going on for Virgo? Here we go. Well, we have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse position, and we have the Temperance card on the right. So we're looking at the Ace of Pentacles in conjunction to the Queen of Pentacles, and it does look as though there is going to be some sort of a shift. So the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles very often are synonymous, depending upon the energy that's going on. And it does look as though there's some sort of a shift that's taking place. And if it's not you specifically, it could be a romantic partner, or there could be some sort of a shift that's taking place in a familial way. And that will include opportunities. But with the Ace in the reverse position, it does look as though there is going to be some sort of a change that's going to be taking place, but you are on top of it. And again, you're being asked to continue to stay grounded and anchored. With the Temperance card that's pulling up here, you are very much in your emotional energy, and you are being asked to just balance as best as you possibly can. Let's go ahead and see what we've got going on the periphery. There we go. Ooh, well, you definitely have some timing energy that's taking place here. So what we have here is the energy of the Sun in the reverse position, and we also have the Ace of Swords in the reverse position. To me, it looks as though you are getting ready to go through a major shift. When the Sun is in the reverse position, we are definitely talking about making sure that you're being balanced, because it could be that you are overextending yourself. It could be that you're overtired, that you're not taking enough breaks, you're not taking enough rest, you're doing too much. The Ace of Swords in the reverse position, 2 aces on the ground in the reverse position. To me, it looks as though there's a major shift that's getting ready to take place, and it's just about timing. Let's go ahead and get the last 2 cards here. Let's see what is underneath the Queen of Pentacles. Well, there you go. You got the King of Swords in the reverse position. And then what is capping the Queen of Pentacles? Well, we've got the King of Wands. So, my friends, what we have here, I believe, unfortunately, and I will clarify this, but what I'm getting more so than anything else is that this has a romantic implication, and that's going to be where we go with it. To me, this is indicative of the fact that we have 2 main energies that are in kind of hanging out with this energy here. Now, it could be a romantic situation, okay? It could be that we are letting go of this King of Swords. We've made our mind up. We've yielded our sword, and we're going to be pushing forward more with this fire sign. Could be, again, it could be, well, it could be Sagittarius, but what I am getting out of this is that there's definitely a romantic relationship or some sort of a situation involving more than one person here within these first couple of weeks. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I want to clarify a little bit here with, let me just move the mouse out of the way and move that out of the way. Let's go ahead and grab some clarifiers here, because I need to see what's going on. I need to see what's going on. But before I do that, they said to go ahead and let's pull your numerology for yourself for this week. Let's go ahead. And I am also going to pull some additional astrology cards, since I'm not doing focal point here in this energy, just to see if we can't, ooh, that's interesting. Well, look at this. The cut is indicating change and something being out of moderation, which is the same energy as Temperance. So that is very interesting. Let's go ahead and see what we got going on here. What else is Virgo paying attention to here within this first couple of weeks? Let's see. Ooh. Okay, my friends. Well, the Intuition card comes out. And this has a lot to do with being clear right? The energy of 22. I want you to take a look at the numerology. We got your 22 here. Oh, it's out of frame, sorry. You have the energy of 11, being an individual. We do have some sort of an ending taking place here. And then the last card is love. So that just sort of validates for me, Virgo, if you are having a romantic relationship concern at the moment, it does look to me as though you are going to be making some changes. 22 and 11 together is the energy of 33. That is divine feminine. That is trying to come up with some sort of creativity, which would indicate some of the change that's getting ready to take place. And this decision, you have some decisions, and it looks like you are already in the throes of making this. If you are in a relationship that's having a struggle, it doesn't have to be this way, but of course you are definitely being told to pay attention to some of these details. I'm going to pull an astro card here. I really want to see, dear universe, share with me, because all of us Virgo needs to know there's some sort of a relationship shift happening. What, who, how? Let's clarify. Let's clarify what we've got going on here, and then we'll do some specific clarifiers. Well, we have the energy of the 12th house, and so that's going to be introspection. The 12th house is the energy of Pisces. Okay. We also talked about the 6th house. The 6th house, there you go, is where you are maintaining your work effort. And then, of course, 9th house is where we're looking for exploration. And the 9th house position, my friends, is Sagittarius, the 9th house, about where we are going to move. So I'm going to leave that information here. Let's go ahead and let's see if I can find out why. Just want to see if I can get a little bit more information about what this looks like for my Virgos here. Be grounded and anchored. Well, there we go again. We've got the King of Wands showing back up. So that 100% is indicating that we have we have a lot going on here. Okay. King of Wands technically is Leo energy, in case you guys didn't know that. So we have also the Sun, which is governed by Leo. So I'm just going to call that what it is. Something is not right here. Ooh, 3 of Wands. So there is some sort of a union, or there was something that was taking place together. Usually this means a coming together of energy. When you have this placement, agreeing to move, agreeing to work together in some sort of energy. Again, we've got the 2 of Wands here. We're already in the thought process. We're already in the discussion of these things taking place. So that does look like there is going to be some sort of a move taking place. And then we have this 6 of Pentacles. So you wouldn't believe it, but we also have the Ace of Swords coming down here. So listen, I don't even really need to do too much clarification, but I'm going to pull these because I am just being nosy right now. Oh, this is showing up in the sideways position, but it is going to be placed here with the 2 of Wands. There's a lot of contemplation that's taking place about should I or shouldn't I make this choice. And Virgos, of course, we can get into analysis paralysis if we are overthinking. I am a Virgo moon, so I very much understand wanting to make sure that you're crossing off all the T's and dotting all the I's. But this is indeed indicating you've thought about this. The Hangman in the reverse position is you've received the clarity that you need from Spirit, from you going within, from you meditating, from you doing all those different types of things. You're ready to roll at this point. That's the energy of 3. That's the energy of creativity. That's right there. Okay. Divine feminine energy again. Let us just see a little bit more about why the King of Swords is hanging out with us here. What is going on with this King of Swords? Yeah, we have made up our mind here. So usually when we get the King of Swords energy, that very much is Aquarius energy. And we are just out of... We're no longer concerned with the 8 of Swords being in the reverse position. We're sort of done. We've made up our mind. We already know what it is that we're going to do. So one of the reasons I like doing the energy this way is because you can kind of see from cross angles sort of how things are getting ready to work out. And like I said, this is all about you've already made a decision, and it does look like as though you're making a decision between 2 partners, especially something that wasn't making you happy. You're moving on and you're trying to get to this new specific spot, and I'm going to say that it is having a lot to do with some sort of a relationship. Now, I'm not going to get in too much further into the weeds because that's exactly what they're saying. That's exactly what they're saying. This is a relationship-based type of a relationship. You're shifting. You're already in the thought process. What am I doing here? Why are we having this concern? Just waiting for this. You're waiting for this opportunity. You're waiting for this situation to be balanced out here. But we're no longer thinking about, we're no longer in an analysis paralysis energy. At some point here, we come out of this. And again, we have this Ace of Swords. We've thought about this twice. We already know. The Ace of Swords in the best position is being presented with an opportunity to have clarification. The Ace of Swords in its worst position is that it's just a matter of time before the last bit of the conversation actually takes place. Let's grab our last two, and then we will go into the relationship and then into the financial bracket. King of Pentacles in the reverse position. Okie dokie. Well, that's Taurus energy. We are letting something go. We are definitely letting something go. Yep, there it is, 9 of Cups, because we're unhappy. So if we're unhappy with our resources, and again, if this is not romantic and this is business or some sort of a partnership, it's very, very clearly indicating you've already chosen your next step. It's just a matter of time before you actually move forward. There's some sort of, what I'm getting out of this is that there could be some sort of codependent energy potentially with this King of Wands. Or there's a contemplation when it comes to resources with this other person. That's exactly what this reading is telling me right here. And again, it's a matter of time before you walk. You've already chosen your path. And so you are going to be making the decision that you need to be making. So the goal is to stay anchored and grounded. You know, if relationships that are in a love type of romantic situation do not work out, you don't want to stay somewhere where you're not wanted, and you also don't want to be creating other circumstances for other people. So if you can, it's time to bow out. If it's a business relationship, there's no harm, no foul when it comes to business. If you are not happy doing what you're doing, being where you're at, being respected, whatever the case may be, it's time to roll out. No fuss, no muss, no glory guts. I do want to pull an angel card here, and then I'm going to go into the relationship spread. But look at this. Blessings and abundance are what is getting ready to show up for you. That 100% makes a lot of sense, because the King of Wands energy in its upright position, this is about building new things. This is about going after the gusto. This is about stepping forward. And I do want to tell you, even though the Fool and the Two of Wands were already in the thought process, you have to remember that the Fool only shows up when you were really ready to do this next thing. And so it's actually very beautiful. The Three of Wands in the upright position is a beautiful energy as well. So I like it. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. Let's go ahead and get nosy now. Let's go ahead and pull a couple of cards for specific 7th house relationships, partnerships. Okay, if you are not in a romantic partnership, this portion may not be for you, but you're welcome to listen. And of course, if you're cross-watching, then maybe you're going to find out some other information. Let's see what we have here. So we're going to use the Romance Angels cards, and let's see what we've got going on. P. All right, Virgo energy with romanticals. Virgo. Let's just clarify what we've got going on with Virgo. Issue with our true love. Separation. Woo! And no engagement. So if this is a romantic relationship, like I said, even though there might have been some very tight energy between the two of you at one point in the past, it does look like this relationship as it stands is going to be no more. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. People need to move on and grow and change. And we are very much being told, as I said at the very beginning of the year, if you are not in your sacred relationship, you will find yourself being removed with or without your decision. So you might as well do it on your own so that you can at least feel good. Let's go ahead and move into the romanticals here. I'm just going to put these two on this side. Or excuse me, I'm going to go into the 10th house business. Let's see. So if this has nothing to do with relationship, committed, domestic, living together, any of those different types of things, and this is more geared towards the 10th house of work, because we're already exploring. That's exactly what we're doing. Let's find out what we've got going on in the 10th house of business and work, please. Thank you for Virgo. We had a resistance to change prior. Main female energy in the reverse position, leadership role, and toil and labor. So we are rolling out. Either way, guys, whether it's business or whether it's romantic, the universe is not saying no to you. The universe is actually saying this is the right time to start making these decisions because it is going to be balanced out. And so again, we talk about this blessings and abundance, and I want to remind you, even when the sun is in the reverse position at its best, it's just a matter of timing. And the Six of Pentacles coming in a lot of the times is more than what you originally asked for when it comes into an abundance type of a situation. So what I'm going to say is that I believe that someone has put in their 2 weeks notice and is just waiting for the changes to take place. They've already thrown down the gauntlet, and they've already told the employer, this is not going to work out for me. If this is a romantical type of a situation, it's a matter of timing before you actually go through the physical move. So keep yourself energized as much as you can here within the shifts that you know that you have to make. Just kind of keep it together. Kind of just be in balance as best as you possibly can with all this activity that's getting ready to take place. I am going to pull one more angel card, and then I'm going to go into the sacred geometry to help you with grounding and anchoring your energy if you get to that point within these first couple of weeks. Well, there we go. What we're indicating here is that there could be a situation where you have not honored your feelings and you haven't said, or you're getting to the point where you're honoring your feelings by making this final decision. So honoring your feelings is critical during this process. Again, if you haven't quite made the decision to go do the thing that you need to do, it is so critical that you open up, you use this throat chakra. And of course, when we get to this energy of 5-5, there is not going to be much left over for you to do. The universe is going to make these adjustments because Scorpio really does need this transformation to take place. So you are in the right place at the right time. Now, let's go ahead and get into the energy here. Card 39, 12, 3. Again, it's divine feminine. So we are allowing things to shift and move in our best and highest good. So grounding energy, the practical application of this card is to make sure that you are visualizing where it is that you need to be, right? Getting your physical exercise, making sure that you are anchored into your body. Make sure that you are embodying grounding techniques. And so one of the easiest ways to do it is just by closing your eyes, taking a few deep breaths, and imagining the roots coming out from the bottom of your feet and grounding 3, 4, 5 inches into the earth. That is grounding, okay? That's one way to ground. The other way that some people can do it is by taking walks, getting your feet moving, getting the energy pumping. A lot of people can do this naturally with gardening. You can just walk on the beach. Going for a swim is another way that other people can ground. It's very healing and supportive. If you're like me, you want to hug a tree, love a tree, then you can do that. Taking care of your house plants, and of course dealing with your animals are going to give you a lot of beautiful grounded energy. The crystals that you can use to help support you are going to be smoky quartz, pyrite, black tourmaline, and hematite. And the mantra, should you want to use it if you get stuck, is that I am firmly grounded in my physical body. Okay, so you guys know what to do with this. Take a picture of this, download it, use the actual spiral images themselves to help you. You can meditate with this. You can print this out and you can actually create a grounding grid. And when you create a grid with it, you can just put crystals, a tower, or anything else around the side of it that is most meaningful to you in order to help you achieve what it is that you need to achieve. So listen, Virgo, whether you are sun, moon, rising, whether this is romantic, whether this is business, you are 100% going through this change. May the odds be forever in your favor. If you are looking for some personal one-to-one support, because the amount of transits that we are going to have, that at least this first week of May, is going to be bananas. If you need personal support to help you navigate, to go through healings, if you need readings, if you need support with your astral chart, please take a look at the description box below. It'll point you to my website, peonilore.com. You can book a personal session with me. I have everything from $20 all the way up to $200. You find a time, space, and budget that works for you, and then we can sit down and work together face-to-face through Zoom or through the Facebook Messenger app if you have that downloaded. And that's what I have for you, Virgos. We're going to go ahead and move on to the next sign. Many blessings, and we will talk to you in the middle of the month. Bye for now.